You were mentioning that content creation is your main source of income, but you're doing other things as well. So you've got the course and then other things that come up, maybe some contract work or whatever else. How do you balance everything? Because I imagine like any one of these things could be a full-time job.
Yeah, I don't know how I manage all of that besides trying to be organized. So I teach my class, which takes me time. Obviously, I have to prepare the class. I'm always trying to improve it. And just teaching the class itself takes time. The good thing of not having a lot of spare time is that I have to be ruthless about the things that I say no to. That's one sort of like a byproduct of not having a lot of time to spare. That means that any changes that I want to make for my class, they have to be really on point. They have to bring the quality really up. If not, I'm not gonna make it. For content creation, it's the same thing. Where should I be spending my time today to bring my content creation game up so I can do more with less? I think the most interesting part is in the third bucket that you mentioned, which is the everything else, right? Everything else includes a little bit of freelancing sometimes, helping companies, usually consulting. That's what I do most. It also includes like going to conferences. I get a lot of invitations to going to conferences and whatnot. We were talking off camera before, but I was telling you the way I think about all of those categories or all of those things that I could be doing is if I cannot repurpose that thing many times, I'm gonna say no to that. Let's say you propose, hey, can you help me with this project? I'm gonna pay you handsomely. I'm gonna pay you $250 an hour. If that's it, if I'm gonna be trading my time for money, it wouldn't make sense for me to work. But maybe you invite me to work on a project that I can speak of later. I can create content around that project, or I can generate a couple YouTube videos. So now I'm not only getting paid for my time, but I'm reusing that over and over and over again. Those are the opportunities that I say yes to. And that's how I try to fill 10% of my time.
That's a really good rule of thumb. And that's something I tried to do once with a client. I had a consulting client. They wanted me to lower my rate. And I said yes if I can make content about it, because then it makes it more worth it to me. And then even though the person I was talking to liked the idea, the CEO vetoed it. So I guess for you, if someone says, oh no, you can't share it, it's an easy no.
Usually, the way it usually goes is that freelancing, I will never take the work just because I know nobody's gonna let me speak about that type of stuff. So I would say no to freelancing. But let me give you an example. This company wants me to train their internal team in the company on how to use LLMs and whatnot. So I make a deal with them where I own the content, obviously, like my presentation, that's mine. They're gonna pay me to go and teach them. So I charge them money to show up and teach all of their students, but then I get that presentation, the same content that I prepare for those people, and I go to an event and I use the same presentation in an event. They're paying me for my time. I record a YouTube video with the same presentation. It's the most popular video in my channel right now. And I keep writing content about that. So it's multiple benefits from the same time. If I cannot find a way to do that, I'm usually going to say no right now because it's not going to be worth it.
I feel like that's a great approach, and you sort of have to do that as a solopreneur because you're on your own. I made a video about this a long time ago. I call it a multi-kill. It's like two birds with one stone, but like generalized to everything. I like this heuristic of if I can't get a multi-kill out of this opportunity, I just have to say no to it.
I'm going to say no to it.